With so many books in the world, how do you know which ones should you read? You probably don't want to waste your time reading books that give no value, that's why you should choose them wisely. In today's video, I want to talk about 5 books I read which had a huge impact on my life. These are the books I think everyone should read at least once, and if you're like me, you will be rereading them once a year. Let's jump right in. At number 1 we have Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. Imagine you could learn the tactics, routines and habits from over 200 world-class performers and have that information in your arm's reach. Tim Ferriss has a podcast where he invites some of the most successful people from all kinds of different fields. He interviews them about what steps they took and what habits they developed to have reached their success. However, each podcast episode is over 1 hour long, so Tim decided to put all the valuable knowledge from these interviews into a single book with over 600 pages. This book is like a cyclopedia of success and shouldn't be read from start to finish. Instead, it is encouraged that you start where you want to start. Want to build a business or learn how to create more wealth? Hop to the wealth section and look for clues from millionaires or even billionaires. Looking to improve your fitness level? Open the health section and choose from dozens of experts. Basically, whatever problem you might be facing, there is a piece of advice in there to help you. You just need to look for the right page. Number 2. Mindset by Carol Dweck. Just how important is our mindset? Carol, who is a Stanford University professor, says it can be the difference between success and failure. I already did a summary on this book, but to sum it up quickly, she argues there are 2 mindsets people have, a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. To have a fixed mindset means to believe your basic abilities and intelligence are just fixed traits that can't be changed. It's thinking that if you're not good at science or creative work, it doesn't matter how much effort you put in, you'll always be bad at it. Growth mindset is quite the opposite. People with the growth mindset understand their abilities can be developed with hard work and perseverance. They are not afraid to make mistakes and actually learn from them. By showing you examples of both mindsets and where they can take you, Carol will reveal to you how to adopt the growth mindset. Number 3. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This is an autobiographical story that takes part during the Second World War. Dr. Frankl is imprisoned in a concentration camp for 3 years and struggles under extreme living conditions. All of his clothes are taken away, his friends and family are killed, and he has to survive with a single piece of bread a day. He shows us how a man can be stripped of everything and still find meaning in life. Dr. Frankl says that everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Even though those hard conditions may suggest that the inmates were bound to act in certain ways, in the final analysis it becomes clear that the sort of person the prisoner became was a result of inner decision. This book will show you that you can find meaning in any kind of suffering, and it will make your problems feel really, really small. Number 4. Talent is Overrated by Jeffrey Colvin. How are world-class performers made? Do they possess special genes and have innate ability from the start? Research showed over and over that doesn't seem to be the case. If you believe in natural gifts and talent, then this book is something you should definitely look into. It will make you question society's beliefs about talent that were ingrained in us. Could what we see as talent actually only be the result of hard work? The book takes a look at child prodigies and world's top performers, drawing a conclusion that world's class performance comes only after years of practice. It also shows us that not all practice is equal, and that hard work isn't all that it takes. Instead, it explains a concept called deliberate practice and shows us how to properly improve. No matter what society tells you, we are not born with special talents. However, if you put your mind to it and use the principles of deliberate practice, you can cultivate your skills and become one of those so-called talented people. Number 5. Quiet by Susan Cain. Susan demonstrates that Western culture is dominated by the extrovert ideal. The ideal self is a social alpha that craves the spotlight, and these values are reflected in our schools and workplaces. That's one of the reasons introverts feel out of place in today's society, since they have a more reserved personality. If you're an introvert, then this book should be added to your reading list ASAP. It will make you feel comfortable with who you are and realize that your personality trait is not something you should feel ashamed or guilty about. If you're an extrovert, then you should also read the book, since it will help you understand your fellow introverts better. After all, about half to a third of the population is introverted, even though it doesn't seem like it. That's because introverts have learned how to pass as extroverts just to fit in. However, in her book, Susan shows us how introversion can not only be a positive trait, but a superpower. Thanks for watching. I'd like to hear which books changed your life and helped you grow as a person, and which of them would you suggest to other people? Feel free to post your suggestions in the comments below. Together we'll become better than yesterday.